Have you ever felt trapped in an emotional whirlwind, constantly thinking about someone who no longer serves your peace? Maybe it's a painful breakup, a toxic friendship, or even an unrequited love that keeps pulling you back. You know you need to let go, but your emotions refuse to cooperate. This is where Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of resilience, comes in. The Stoics mastered the art of emotional detachment, not by suppressing feelings, but by understanding them and shifting their power over us. Today we'll explore 5 Stoic rules that will help you emotionally detach from someone while maintaining your inner peace. 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, taught that suffering comes from trying to control things outside of our power. In relationships, we often try to control how others feel about us. We replay conversations, analyze their actions, and hope for different outcomes. But here's the truth. Their feelings, actions, and choices are outside your control. What is within your control? Your thoughts, your reactions, your focus. Instead of obsessing over what they're doing, redirect that energy into self-improvement. Every time your mind drifts toward them, remind yourself, this is not within my control. And then shift your focus to something that is, like your own growth, hobbies, or goals. 2. Practice negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. The Stoics believed in mentally preparing for loss before it happens. Seneca advised that we should rehearse adversity so that when it comes, we are not caught off guard. Imagine for a moment that this person was never in your life. What would your world look like? How would you define yourself without their presence? This exercise doesn't mean you should dwell on pain, but rather see life beyond them. It lessens the shock and makes detachment feel natural rather than forced. 3. Live in the present, not the past or future. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, constantly reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Too often we live in the past, reliving moments, replaying words, wishing things had gone differently. Or we live in the future, fantasizing about what could have been, what might still happen. Both are illusions. The only real moment is now. Ask yourself, am I suffering because of what is happening right now? Or am I suffering because of a memory or an imagined future? When you learn to anchor yourself in the present, emotional detachment becomes easier because you stop feeding the ghost of what was or what could be. 4. Reframe the narrative. How you interpret an event determines its impact on you. If you see losing someone as a tragedy, it will feel like one. But what if you saw it as a lesson? What if this person was never meant to stay, but to teach you something important? The Stoics were masters of reframing. But instead of saying, I lost someone, say, I learned from someone. Instead of saying, they left me, say, they made space for someone better to enter my life. You don't have to lie to yourself. You just have to choose a perspective that empowers you rather than weakens you. The way you tell the story of your loss will determine how much power it has over you. 5. Embrace the impermanence of everything. The final and perhaps most powerful Stoic principle is memento mori, the reminder that everything, including ourselves, is temporary. People will come and go. Feelings will rise and fall. Even the most painful moments will eventually fade. When you understand this deeply, emotional attachment loses its grip. You stop clinging to what must naturally pass. You start appreciating moments for what they are, instead of mourning their end. Imagine your life as a flowing river. People, experiences, and emotions are like leaves drifting on the water. Some will float beside you for a while, and then, inevitably, they will drift away. Instead of grasping at the leaves, learn to watch them pass with gratitude. Final thoughts. Detaching from someone emotionally isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about reclaiming your peace. The Stoics didn't avoid emotions. They mastered them. They understood that suffering isn't caused by loss itself, but by our resistance to it. So as you move forward, remember, control what you can, accept what you can't. Prepare your mind for loss before it happens. Anchor yourself in the present, not the past or future. Reframe your story to serve you, not break you. Embrace impermanence, because nothing lasts forever, and that's okay. Let go, not with bitterness, but with wisdom. And in doing so, you'll find something even more valuable than the person you lost: your own unshakable peace.